In this video, I'm going to show you how to use some filters in some common reports. A common question that we get is how to print sow cards for just a few individual sows. Click the female history card, click open, and then click the ID code filter. Now in the value box, simply type in the sow ID separated by a space. Click OK, and I've got sow cards for these three females, and that's all there is to that. Another common one is how to run a parity performance analysis, and in this case we use the performance analysis report. Click open, and then in the breakdown tab you will see several options. Breakdown are going to be the columns on your report. So the default is period, is what most people use. If you want your columns to be parity, then click the parity breakdown. Now in the value box, you're going to get a column for each one of these numbers. This is parity 0, and there's a space between the numbers. And then the 6 colon means 6 plus. So everything 6 and above that will be included in one column. So now I want to add a time period on there. So my report's going to look like this. I have each individual parity and 6 plus. Now, say I want to change the columns to different parity combinations. If I simply click this filtering button, I can tweak my filters without going all the way back out and having to reset everything. So, in other words, I won't have to set my time period now. I can just work on my parity. So, if I want to have a parity range up to show all, say, 9 parities, I can add my numbers separated by a space. And we'll go 9 plus, and you'll see my filter is the same date I had entered in there. Click OK. And now you can see I have each individual parity up through 9. Now another way to do this same parity range is I can type in 0 dot dot 9. Click OK. And you can see it did the same thing without having to type each individual number. Again, it's just separated by 2 dots. If I want to combine parities, for example, say I want 0 to 2, and then I want 3 to 6, and then I want 7 plus everything above that. Click OK, and you can see I had typed in 0 dot dot 2, so I have individual 0, 1, and 2, and then parity 3 through 6 are combined, and then the 7 with the colon is 7 plus. So again, it looks like this. 0 dot dot 2 means I want separate columns for all the numbers in between there, and then the 3 colon 6 means I want the numbers from 3 to 6 and anything in between there combined, added together, and then the 7 colon means 7 plus. Now if I don't want to have to type these parameters in here every time, say I want to run this report weekly with this parity distribution, then I need to save. I can save this by simply clicking the Save button. I give it a new name. I'll call it Parity. And then it's going to save into my user folder. So here it is right here. And when I open it up, you can see it had saved my report parameters. Now I may have to adjust my time period, but the parity breakdown will stay the same. I won't have to type that in each time I want to run this report. Another common question we get about filters is using multiple filters. For example, let's take this current status list here. This is true for any reports. If I want to select, I can select multiple filters. Normally when I run this report, it's going to give me everything in the herd. Now say I just want a specific genetics and a specific parity. I click the filtering tab and say I just want parity 2 and I want genetics. Now here, if I drop this box down here, I will get a list. Another thing, if you wanted to select more than one, I can add both of those, but we're going to just select one of these. So click OK, and I didn't have any. Let's try the other one. And you can see I have PIC genetics and parity 2 in my report. Now again, if I want to save this, I can call it parity 2 PIC, and it's going to save in my user folder. Right there it is, and my report parameters have been saved. Okay, I don't have to change anything. So that's how those filters work in pretty much any of these reports.